What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 6. Gotta put in my password first. Pick up my progress where I left off at. Passwords, hell yeah. But anyways, like I said in the first update, I made sure to look up where the hell the freaking rush upgrades are. So that's where I'm going to be going first today. I'm just deciding whether I want to go to Flame Man or Plant Man first, because that's where they are. So that's what I'm thinking about. Decided to go with Flame Man. Flame Man's a pretty cool guy. He's actually the cousin to Fireman from Mega Man 1, and he's also the Master of Flame, and he lives in an oil field, I guess. I guess that kind of makes sense, even though it's not really a field, it's more like a castle. It's not, at the very least it's indoors. It's like an oil, like, manufacturing, like, refinery, you know, like an oil refinery. But, yeah, so I guess that purple stuff is oil that I was jumping into there, if that's any hint as to what these guys are going to have in store for us. Pretty interesting gimmick, really. I like the oil. I like the sound it makes when you jump in it. Usually I go the upper path here, but I decided to go to the lower path, just for variety. I had to actually redo this video a couple times because I had some sound issues. So I should know what the hell I'm doing by now when I'm playing these stages. So I should be playing them pretty well. But yeah. On top of that, I decided to get goofy with things. Try to get goofy with some weapons. I'm thinking about what I want to do there, and I totally forget that that guy can shoot through the freaking floor. It's like, it's lame. But anyways, I still like these guys. They're pretty cool, pretty tough. You know, they don't just immediately get blown up. Pretty hardcore. But they also have a secondary feature that we're seeing here for the first time in the game. We've seen these guys in other stages, and they just explode. But now we get to use them as neat fire-resistant cloud pumping platforms that, you know what, I'm not going to ask questions. I really like these guys that drop fire. They're fairly interesting, but I wish they dropped fire more often. Check out this pro jump right here to the belly of the beast. Yeah, haha. But anyways, back to those fire guys. If I was going to make a ROM hack, you know, my fantasy ROM hack where everything's possible, I would put those guys in it, except I would have them drop their fire at twice the frequency. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Be a pretty good feature. So right here, I think to myself that I'm being sneaky. I'm like, what would be good versus these guys that use fire? Yeah, how about my ice power? And I'm feeling pretty smart about it. But then later I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I bet you anything can kill these guys in one shot because all the weapons in this game are so freaking powerful, man. But yeah. Anyways, check it out though. It can actually kill these little invincible guys otherwise, so that's pretty cool. Haven't talked too much about the oil turning into fire gimmick of the stage. I guess it's really just an afterthought. It never really poses too much of a problem as long as you know how to jump. They don't even really set up too many situations where you could get knocked into it unforgivingly. Like I suppose this guy, but you'll notice he doesn't even shoot the fire far enough to even really get that far. Another ROM hack feature I would have was precarious platform for people are shooting at you that you have to really look out for. Think about creative ways to kill them before moving on. That'd be fun. So here we are at Flame Man. I really like Flame Man. He's still, well, you know what? It's unfair to say he's easy because he's only easy after you know his pattern. You see me getting caught up in it like a pussy the first couple times, and this is after I've already fought him a few times and I know what he does. So the real trick is you just gotta be brave and know where you stand and have confidence in your spacing. And if you do that, you'll be fine. Because his other attack moves so slow that you should be able to jump over it with, you know, mediocre reflexes anyways. But every boss can do that freaking jump, and if they jump far enough, they bounce off the wall and they just always get me. We'll be seeing that a little bit later too. But yeah. This guy is actually similar to Windman, if you'll remember Windman, who shot those two, like, fan things at you, and they kind of went in that up and down pattern over and below you. And that's pretty tricky too. If he would have done that more, that guy would have been a lot harder. That was a pretty cool attack. I like how they did that in this game. They kind of give you reasons to not just immediately run away at the first sign of the boss shooting something, which was definitely necessary by this point in the Mega Man series, because I mean, they're 6 games in, so anyone that was playing these games in real time, like when they came out in the present, knew. They, you know, they were used to that tactic by now. It must have been hard to come up with, like, new tricks for bosses on the Mega Man engine when you're already at freaking 6. And coming up with new gimmicks in general, which is something I have to give this game credit for. I actually really like a lot of the gimmicks in this game, and especially in this stage. And in this stage, I really want to talk about level design. But first, I'll talk about level design later, but first we'll talk about the rush power, which is another thing that the game creators had to do to keep things fresh. The rush power is awesome and is situationally, if that situation is every situation, because the freaking rush power adapter is awesome. I decided to go after that guy because I was feeling particularly feisty now that I have the rush power, which is real freaking badass. I had to make a small cut right there, but don't worry about it. It happens again later. Pop-ups, etc. But yeah, the rush power is awesome because it can go through shielded enemies, which is great. I love that. Check out that fierce punching. Where's my money, Eddie? Where's my money? Yeah, energy tank, I'll take that. That's pretty good. That's the last time I make that joke, I swear. But yeah, so the rush power actually, it's awesome, but it actually is pretty situational. And here I'm just showing off the absurd power of the freaking powers you get in this game. That boss would have normally taken like 5 at least fully charged buster shots to kill, which leads me to believe that all of the powers are at least equal to a fully charged buster shot without needing to charge it, which is broken to say the least. But anyways, this is where I wanted to talk more about level design. These spring things make a comeback, and I really like them. A key thing about level design, I feel like, in video games is being able to use the same gimmick over and over again, but keep it fresh and at a pace that you don't get bored going from usage to usage of the gimmick. And they do a good job of it in this stage. The most obvious way to tell that you're at the gimmick area is when you get to the springs, and everything in between that is kind of like breather. So you get a little bit of the springs and you get a breather. That area of the springs there is just kind of to introduce you to the gimmick, and then they bring you right into this next boss fight, or mini boss fight here. Good way to break up the pacing of the mini bosses, you know, introduce you to the gimmick that's going to be in the rest of the stage that we'll see coming up here. And now we get to see what I'm really talking about. These springs come into play with these springs are the gimmick of the stage. And the way you keep it fresh is, you know, you have to come up with different ways to subtly change up the pattern every time. Like, you got these fish coming in, you got these guys shooting the cannon, and you got the freaking bees. And then you got these platforms that come in to play that I have some trouble with, you know, a little bit. But anyways, the mixture of the fish, the bees, and the platforms, and the springs, and these cannon guys allow for a number of different ways to keep all of these little sections in between these stationary platforms fresh. And I really like that. You know, sometimes there's a fish, sometimes there's not. Like, oh, there's a fish, but there wasn't one before. So, I mean, you know, that shit's gonna get you. And actually, in my first recording, I had a really funny death to a fish, but unfortunately, I had to lose that. So yeah, this freaking platform right here. Yeah, just close your eyes. Okay, fine. That freaking platform makes me really pissed that I have to. I just have to keep shooting it, man. I really don't like this platform right here. It yeah. Well, anyways, moving on. Yeah, with those 5 ingredients, you know, the springs, the platforms, the bees, the other platforms, and the fish, and the shooting things. You know, there's a lot of different, there's like a lot of sets of enemies, you know. Every spring platform you come to is going to present another challenge that you have to deal with. Pretty much right off the bat, although you can kind of bounce around a little bit and try to figure it out. You know, everything's going to be new. You're not going to see the same thing twice. And like that time, you had a freaking bouncing platform and then a bee out of nowhere, you know. That's how you're going to get punished. And the way, of course, you absolve yourself from not getting owned too hard is handling everything in an efficient manner. But look at these freaking energy pellets up here. I never said it, but I like how they incorporated those into the levels, but they put those ones so freaking high, there's no way you're ever going to get to them unless you have the rush jet. And you might be saying, well, dude, maybe you'll have the rush jet before you get to this stage. Yeah, maybe, except you won't because you freaking get it in this stage, so what the hell's up with those damn energy pellets up there? Oh well, that's okay. I was thinking about what I wanted to do here, and I decided right here to actually show off the animation on purpose, consciously, because I was like, I'm never going to do it unless I'm thinking about it, and I thought about it at that exact moment. So what was I thinking bringing the rush power adapter into here, man? I guess I wasn't, because it does not turn out very well at all. I was thinking that this guy's pattern's pretty easy, so maybe I'll be able to get him with it, because all he does is jump around and shoot that shield. Pretty easy boss, but I learned that I need to slide more than I thought. And that's the trade-off with the power adapter. You cannot slide when you got that equipped. But otherwise, it's pretty awesome. I'll talk more about it as the game goes on. But for now, we got Plant Man. What a sucker. They're just lucky they didn't call him Flower Man. I didn't mention it at the beginning of the stage, and I'm not even going to mention it now. But if you want to go back, not by name at least, but if you want to go back and look at what his title is, it's the worst one on the boss screen. But anyways, I digress. Pretty easy guy. Get some creative use out of the flame weapon on him because it kind of sinks down. Yeah, whatever. See what I did there. Okay, moving on. Plant Man sucks. Alright. Well, very good. At least he gets us the rush jet, which I will get to at least put to good use in the next stage, which will be the final stage of the video. Had to cut it down to three stages because for some reason these stages took longer, even though I didn't die to any of the bosses. I guess it's because I spent so much time switching weapons. That's my guess. Also, I feel like the stages were longer than the earlier ones. This is the restricted area. I don't know what that means, but this shit's restricted. Get to make some good use of the rush power adapter in this stage, so I'm looking forward to that. This weapon is really awesome, and I was having a hard time putting my finger on why I think it was so awesome. But you know what? I think the reason is because I feel like this was the Capcom's. I got an energy capsule right there for my studious efforts of breaking all of the rocks right there. But anyways, the reason I get that cool transition from the rush power to the jet right there, pretty cool. Trying to go over to that secret area over there. I'm just kidding, there's not anything over there. But yeah, we'll see some more of the rush jet later. But anyways, why I think the power is so cool is because I feel like this was the prototype to Zero. This rush power right here. Like, I feel like the Mega Man team was trying to see if, you know, like a melee character was even feasible in these games, and it works pretty well. Of course, they didn't make it the whole game. This guy makes me look like a fool. Whatever. I'm ready for him this time. Bang! Right through that shield. Get out. It only takes 4 powered up hits to get there. I really like the power system of the... Oh yeah, I like this too. Pow! Ah! It's just cool, man. It charges up really fast and it's infinite power. Yeah, go back and get another one right there just because I wanted to. This guy's a little bit quicker on the draw though. He gets me. That's cool. That's cool. Good job, guy. Where's my... Oh, never mind. But anyways, yeah, I like how fast the power charges up completely. It's a good trade-off for being infinite, but also being rush power, you know, and also being really short range. Really good. I like everything about that power. So finally, I get to make freaking use of the rush jet. I'm so happy. And what is in this jet-only area? Well, it is a platforming section that makes use of the jet power. Pretty cool. You wouldn't get anything like this in, you know, other Mega Man games, of a forking platform that you strictly need. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. They've done that before. But, I still think this is pretty cool. Get some good rewards for that. Kind of a little bonus area. Kind of reminds me of taking one of the red note blocks from Mario 3 into the clouds there. Get some coins, you know. Look how overpowered that shield is. It's overpowered because it's just as powerful as freaking all the other weapons in the game. Look at me just spam that on him, and he just goes down fast. But the trade-off is that at least it does take a lot of energy to use. So that's something. Go ahead and use the Mega Blaster on this guy. I don't know why. Switch it up, you know. Can't use the rush power all the time. But yeah, like I said, I feel like that rush power is a prototype to Zero. Cool, huh? Doesn't it make sense? Because I mean, seeing how this was like the last NES game and all that. But yeah, pretty glad everything worked out the way it did, because Zero is by far my favorite way to play. X4 through X, you know, till infinity. But anyways, got the one secret item of the game here. I tried to nail it in one. Let's see how many pixels I was actually away. I didn't actually step forward right there because I was a pussy. So I think I was like 2 or 3 away. But anyways. Oh, what is that? Ah, it's Proto Man. Whoa, no way. What's he doing here? I really don't know. They're bringing him back, that's all. You know, I guess that's cool. I see nothing wrong with Proto Man. I wish he would have made it into Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Maybe he'll be a downloadable content. Who knows? That'd be cool. He'd have that shield. He really needs his own game, man. It was awesome that they made him. This guy up here gave me a secret character, maybe not. But this guy up here gave me so much shit in my other recordings that I just went ahead and I went up there and got his ass. So you know what? Good for me. You might have noticed that that health pick up there gave me some health back. I mean some weapon energy back. And it's not for the rush jet. It was for one of my other weapons, because what that thing that Proto Man gave us was the energy equalizer. And what that does is basically anytime you pick up weapon energy, it fills it up. If there's anything that's empty, which is convenient for a lazy person like me, because I don't like changing back and forth. I feel like the L and R weapon changes in Mega Man X were a godsend and really nice. But there's only so many buttons on the regular Nintendo. But still, they could have made it select. They could have made it select, man. They could have. So anyways, I decide to fight Tomahawk Man with the Rush Jet just for a change of pace. You know, you can fight the bosses however you want. The Rush Jet actually lends itself pretty well to Tomahawk Man's pattern, seeing as he stays mostly on the ground and rarely jumps. And all of his attacks are basically ground-based, like all the other Robot Masters, really. But it just works out pretty well for Tomahawk Man. That's actually a pretty tough fight if you haven't done it a few times. But I had, so everything turns out alright. So I only get 3 bosses in for this fight. I mean for this video, but that's cool because we'll get some instant gratification on Mr. X stages next time. But so yeah, I'll see you guys next time for Mega Man. Later.